Guys, welcome in. Let's jump in and see what the vibe for the weekend is. You all are doing well. All right, let's jump in. I have fulfillment, wish fulfillment, success, achievements, and a happy outcome coming out. Okay, I'll take this for the weekend. I don't know about you, but wish granted, sign me up. Okay, so whatever it is you are going to go through and be in the weekend feeling very fulfilled, feeling like this is your dream life, feeling like very content with what you have, succeeded in so far, what you've achieved so far. Maybe you have a beautiful family, a beautiful home, you have a wonderful career, and now you're just taking time to really see that and understand that this really is a dream come true. This really is my wish. Maybe just peace, harmony, joy, the everyday life, the mundane in life, those little things that we tend to overlook and forget. Maybe this weekend you're becoming very grateful for what you have around you, for the life that you've managed to create, and you're excited for the future to come. So this is a really good energy to be in. Here I have the offering coming out again. This is a really positive energy for the weekend coming in. It's just saying, you know what? I have so much to be grateful for. Maybe you have a really, again, beautiful family and you have children and you have a spouse or you have a partner or you have really good family around and maybe you go for dinner every weekend, at your mom and dad's house or see your siblings and stuff, or maybe you just go out with your friends. Either way, it looks like here is saying, you know what? I need to make sure that I'm giving thanks and appreciation for the people who have given to me and that I give back to them in return as a way of saying thank you and showing gratitude. So again, this weekend seems very, very abundantly wonderful. Okay. So I am all for that. Let's dive further into this and see what's coming in. Okay, I have thief coming out here. Okay, this doesn't automatically mean thief. What this is saying here is just make sure that you, again, are making note of those everyday moments so that you're not stealing any kind of joy from your everyday experience. Okay, oftentimes again we can overlook these everyday experiences and people in our lives and situations in our lives, and we forget how much people give to us. And so therefore again it's saying that sometimes when we're so focused on other things or outside things or external people or situations or things, we tend to become a little bit envious, or maybe we just have our attention set on that. But it's basically saying is that sometimes when we have a little bit of jealousy or envy, or we're wanting more and all we're thinking about is what's coming next, is that it's kind of like a thief of all joy. Is when we're thinking about anything but what we're already in and what we already have around us and being truly grateful for it, we're really just stealing our own joy, okay, from those present moments. Here I have spring, everything that blossoms. Okay, again, this is just giving me amazingly abundant and beautiful vibes for the weekend. So taking time to take note of all of that beautiful abundance around you. I see her surrounded in flowers and just taking time to say, you know what? Life is good. Life is really, 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 really good. And I am grateful. Let's jump into some tarot and get some details and, see what's coming here for the weekend. Look at the overall energy of the weekend. I have the Eight of Cups coming here for the overall energy of the weekend. Again, so this is saying, you know what? I'm moving forward. I'm not looking back. Don't look in the rearview mirror. I'm not going that way. Okay. So this is saying that, you had to always, make some hard choices along the way there, with any kind of joy and happiness and peace and harmony, have, it doesn't come easy. It comes with some sacrifices. And so, with the Eight of Cups, it's also saying take time to honor what has come before, what things you and situations, people, relationships, jobs, things that you've had to leave behind and that did lead you into this new abundant life. Okay. So again, take time to honor from which you've came and in order to give gratitude for where you are today. Okay. Let's take a look at the recent past. The recent past, I have the Ace of Wands coming out here. Okay, so the recent past is just saying, you know what, life is good. This is a really beautiful creative spark of creative energy that is just saying, I'm ready to start living. I'm ready to get going on whatever it is I want to get going on. I just want to live life and enjoy it to its fullest. And I'm going to go ahead and follow this, intuitive spark, this nudge, and, create a beautiful life that I can truly enjoy and be grateful for. Take a look at the present energy. The present energy, I have the Page of Cups coming out here again. So this is not surprising. This is a beautiful childlike energy. So this is saying, not only to be grateful for what has come before, where you are at now, and the people and situations and things in your life that make it abundant and joyful, but to, again, do so in a childlike wonder. Have some time to play, have some time to relax, have some time to just, maybe get outside or do something that maybe you once enjoyed doing as a kid, but you haven't done in forever. Whatever it is that brings out that inner child in you in a positive, wonderful way, it's encouraging you to do that here in this present moment. So, heed that call of advice to, get out, do something that you really enjoy. And I think you'll, be very happy with the results. Let's take a look at the near future. The near future here, I have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is, a card of, a little bit of being up at night, a little bit of anxiety, some sleepless nights. But here, it's just saying here, I have the Seven of Swords coming out at the bottom again with that Thief card. Again, this is just saying here in the near future, take time to play. But, when you do these things in balance with what you're doing in your everyday life, all of your responsibilities, if you take time to play and be a little bit lighthearted, enjoy those, mundane moments, it's that you're going to ease a lot of those anxieties that you may have too. Okay. So if you're all work and no play, then you're going to get into a state where, anxiety and stress is really driving and ruling your life. Okay. And that's what you're going to experience in the future. So what this is saying is, not only is play, absolutely wonderful and joyful and fun, but, it also helps you to de-stress as well. Okay. So again, get back into that childlike wonder for life and, understand fully how abundant your life currently is. Let's take a look at some advice for you. Advice is justice. Again, this is just balancing out all of those things, like I just said, is that if you're all work and no play, there is no balance. You're really up in your head, you're really stressed out, you're creating anxiety. Maybe you're spending the whole weekend, you had a really long week at work and things were just kind of crazy. And now you've got deadlines to meet, the next week. And maybe all you can do through the whole weekend going into it is just stress about the things you have to do next week. But why are you even thinking about those things? Okay. They're not going to get done now. It's not going to fix the problem and it's not going to take that deadline away. So what it's saying here is make sure that you balance out that mind. Be, mindful of the things that you need to achieve and the things that you need to do, but also don't allow them to overtake your life and steal your joy. Let's take a look at what's hidden, what you don't see coming. What's hidden in the situation this week or the weekend? What's hidden? What's hidden for the weekend here is a couple of cards coming out. I have the Six of Cups, I have the Eight of Wands, and I have the Knight of Cups coming out again. So what's hidden here again is just a call to play, call to take action on that inner child, that inner play, so that you can then take time to relax and follow your heart and find more joy in the moments. Okay, let's take a look at what you don't see coming in the coming weeks. Weeks is the Ten of Swords. This is leaving all that stress behind, okay? So once you take time to step away from the frazzle of the mind, all of those stressful things that are evoking a lot of stress and anxiety, maybe even some sleepless nights, things that you're kind of mulling over, all of those responsibilities, if you take time to just kind of get present, have the attitude of gratitude, and take that time to play and relax a little bit and let those things go for a bit, you're going to find that you're going to drop all of those things, those responsibilities that weight on your shoulders, and you're going to feel a lot better about things. Okay. And things that maybe once in the past had really bothered you, things that maybe you did have to move away from, instead of focusing hyper focusing on those things, you're then going to be able to get out of that mindset, without even trying, because you're in a playful mindset, a more present mindset, an attitude of gratitude of what is, what's still standing, what's still remaining in your life. And you're going to then be able to inadvertently, without even trying, heal a lot of those past traumas, those past hurts, those past pains. And it's going to slowly let up on a lot of that stuff and allow you to relax more and enjoy life a bit more and allow that healing to naturally take place, because healing isn't always something that we have to just force to happen. A lot of times it happens when we get relaxed enough to allow it to happen. Okay. So it's saying that in the coming weeks, you're going to be able to, drop any burdens of the past, any anxieties that are currently weighing on your shoulders, and you're going to be able to move in a more positive, joyful space. So it sounds like this weekend has a really positive vibe to it. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get out and play and do something fun. Again, think back to when you were a kid and maybe just get back to doing that again. Maybe you like to color. Maybe you like to play ball. Maybe you like to play basketball outside. Whatever it is that you once enjoyed doing as a kid, maybe try doing it again. So I hope you found this reading to be helpful. I hope you have an amazing weekend. And until I see you again, take care.